All right. So excited. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. It is Tuesday. It's the first Tuesday in June. So it's the first Tuesday of the month. We have VIP reset happening. Holy moly, so much going on. We just got back from Cabo from the first CEO Mastermind. And, none of us really knew exactly what to expect because this hasn't been done before. And so we were excited to see. And, it was one of those they wined and dined us. I always feel like, gosh, so many blessings on blessings that they don't have to do for us. And so it was a great hotel, great event. What I truly loved the most was hearing from the other leaders. Now, outside of what was planned by corporate, one thing that I loved was we were sitting in the pool and it was our downtime, but we were talking and talking to other leaders and what are they doing? What's working? What Canva stories, this and that, and how they're getting customer acquisitions and just the different dynamics from different people. I always love hearing from other leaders. Hey, what are you doing that's working? And sometimes, and I'm sure y'all can understand this, like sometimes if I hear something that is foreign to me or uncomfortable to me, I'm like, oh, that might work for you, but that's not going to work for me. But one thing I've done in this last year is told myself to keep an open mind. And some of that, like when we came back from Tharpalooza, when we were challenged and talked about bold messaging, I've been bold messaging since I got back from Cabo. And while it was scary as heck at first, now I'm like, okay, I got to find the next person to send the bold message to. And so it's things like that. When you hear from other leaders and you hear, well, how are you sending it? What are you saying? And when you listen to the breakdown, then it's not as scary. I love Ange and Katie challenged me with their reels. They're like doing these transitions and do these things. And Chastity and I are like, what do we do with the towel? What? Y'all, it's super cute, so be, what is the word? Open, be open to learning. I kind of want to run through the four of us really quick, just your quick kind of like what I just opened with. And then we'll go into what did you learn? What was your takeaways and get into the meat and potatoes. Chastity?
So for me, it's just exciting to be in those smaller settings. If y'all have ever heard me talk, y'all know I say I love Palooza. Like there's nothing like Palooza. But for me, I feel like we get lost in that because there's so many people, you don't get to see everybody. And so for me, it was I think I use the word intimate. It just felt so incredibly intimate. And you can have those conversations. And for me, I have done masterminds for such a long time and believe in them. So for me, it's like I go into mastermind with an open mind, knowing that not everyone in that circle is going to have the same leadership style. They're not going to have the same type of growth mindset, as far as like they're growing in different areas. And so I am always open for, good, healthy, constructive conversation. And I think that's like from the second we literally, I think from when Amber and I met up in DFW till we got to Cabo and then even back, it's always a collaboration and conversation. So for me, it was just really getting that opportunity to go back to just the smaller intimate. And, I know that this is a numbers business and, with the numbers you grow, but I have been adamant about the fact that we started with 8 people. And from that 8, it's grown into what it is today. And so I truly believe that it is about the knowing exactly what you want as a leader, knowing what you're looking for in the business, and then being able to just kind of, to me, it's a buffet. It's a buffet, and we literally had a breakout and, it was we were having a buffet and someone was like, well, they're talking about leadership. I said, it's just like this buffet. All of this looks amazing. All of this looks really, really good. But there's some things that I'm going to pass over. I'm going to know I don't like that particular item that's on this buffet, but that doesn't mean that the buffet itself isn't incredible and amazing. So, I take what makes me feel comfortable. And like Amber said, Ange and Katie, they had their transitions like rocking and rolling with their reels. And, we kept trying. And I'm like, look, done is fun. We challenged another leader. We said, don't think, just do. And then done is fun. And, it's just realizing that what we do is just getting it done. Reels are definitely a thing that are of the now. And so it's not trying to, okay, let me figure it out and micro perfect it. It was just getting it done. And that's exactly what Amber and I, and we kind of surprise ourselves sometimes when we just go with it and put overthinking. And I overthink a lot of things when it comes to my personal things that I'm going to put out there and share. But for me, again, it was just really going back to that, very intimate, very basic situation. And so I loved it. And I'm going to tell you, I've already sent some of my leaders, like, you have to plan to get on those like paloozas and, non-negotiables that you need to make. Lifestyle getaways, I think, Lavelle pays us really well. So we can take some incredible lifestyle getaways and do some things. But when it comes to leadership retreats and masterminds like this, once they start putting qualifications out, because they were just testing the waters, so once they start putting qualifications out, those are things you don't want to miss out. And there was every level. There was 8-figure earners to some that everybody pretty much had been here a bit, but every rank there. So that was beautiful to be able to see, like, hey, who's in this level, what are they doing at that level? So yeah, that was kind of my biggest just kind of impression from that. So anyway.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. We'll just throw it over. Angela.
Good morning, you guys. Happy Payday Tuesday, happy Transformation Tuesday, and happy day. Thank you, Amber, Chastity. Honestly, you guys, I love your leadership and your mentorship. Like, if I could say anything, our team is rooted and grounded with you guys, not only just with Lavelle and the products, but because of your leadership and your guidance and how you treat us, you guys. Like, really, it is rooted within our team. And this is why I stay, to be honest. It's because it's how they make us feel. And that's what I love to continue to cultivate with our team, right? So for me, you guys, if you guys don't know, Bebe here. Me before, I've traveled around the world. I've been to a lot of places, had a lot of material things, but I will say there is nothing like a Lavelle a human experience. I went into this experience knowing that I was going to find something. I was looking for more, and something in my heart was telling me that I was passionate to want more change. You guys, I needed something different in my, community, and it needed to start with me. So I actually was so excited to go on this trip. Twin and Joanna was actually invited too, but unfortunately, like, their family things, and it was so late notice. But I was so happy to go solo. And I will say the greatest thing that I loved was staying with Katie. Katie, you are so amazing. And I want to say what I've learned is that there's a million different ways to grow your business here. Just like Chastity said, you just pick what you love. And the more what I got out of this was honestly connection. There's a framework I shared: connection, clarity, direction, and just getting to know who you are. This past weekend, I really got to know who I was more, got to know Katie, even the leaders, and all of the 40 leaders. You guys, we can learn from everyone, right? But because I spent so much time with Katie, I had such amazing time to get to know her story, and learn from her too, you guys. She has been here longer than me, and she's different from me. And I chose Katie for a reason, you guys. I wanted to learn. I was so intentional. I was like, I could have chose another leader that was more like me. I was like, oh my God. But me and Katie are like we are alike, you guys. I will say we are like-minded, like-hearted, and we are both thrivers, right? We're leaders and leading a legacy business, and we both are so motivated to change. So what I got out of this was there's so many ways to really grow your business, and I've learned so much from Katie. As you guys know, like I'm always looking for ways to change. And for Katie, I was like, oh my God, when I was with her, I was like, wow, she's so really good at like engagement, reach outs, you guys. I am always somebody that is, I'm in the front, you know, I'm an attractor. And I knew that that was what I told Katie too. I was like, Katie, that's what I want to work on. I see you. And so guess what? I went closer to the fire. I was like, I'm going to put myself in a position so I can grow more, right? So, you know, I learned so much about Katie, and it is the stories that always continue to inspire me. You know, when I went to this, I knew that I wanted better leadership, and I realized, and I knew this, I am not a follower. I am a leader. I am not an earner. I am a leader. And, you know, hanging out with, you know, Maria, Amber, Chastity, Katie, we had a really intimate dinner. And just like Chastity said, I'm a very intimate person too. You guys, I love that intimacy. I love that time spent, and I love the stories. And what I've gotten from that is I really gotten to know what I really wanted. You know, as you guys know, in this with society, when you're growing a business, when you are putting yourself out there, it's really important to know your foundation and who do you identify to be, and also what you stand for, right? There's a lot of things that you will not like. There's a lot of things that you can take from, and it's kind of like going to like a candy shop. You're just like taking this, taking that, taking something from Katie, Chastity, Amber, Maria, it's all the other leaders. They're all so amazing. I had a conversation with so many amazing leaders, and it's kind of making it one, right? And I had this really deep conversation, you guys, and I'm going to tell you guys, out of a lot of people, I will say, I'm like, Chastity Marie really like sets my soul on fire because I see myself in her. She has such a fiery soul, you guys, full of heart and passion. And she's not afraid to tell you, like, she is not afraid to shake you and tell you, like, the real, okay? And because I'm a very aware person, you guys. I am full of heart, I'm heart-centered, and I'm a very transformational leader. I do things for what success means to me. I'm gonna kind of share with you guys a little bit deep on this part really quick, because Jason Camper had us all write in our journal, like our dreams, you know, what is our biggest dreams for our family, like a whole list. So I sat there and I was writing like the dreams with my family, and I was writing, oh, vacations on the beach and living with time freedom and limitless options. And while I was writing that, you guys, I realized that I'm living my dreams. I have that time freedom. I was like, whoa, this is insane. It is insane. I'm actually taking my like, you guys, this month we're going to Bahamas in 2 weeks. After that, we're taking my family to Asia for a whole month. You guys, I will be working from anywhere. And I do this repetitive over the last 5 years. And I was like, wow, that's insane. But what do I want more of? Right now, I'm like asking myself, this is why I came here. Like, I'm asking myself, what do I want? Like, what is my dream? Dream bigger, and dream bigger. My dream is to really make a difference to change the next purposeful person. You guys, my dream is to impact the masses, to be louder, to speak to millions, thousands of people, because I feel like Thrive is underrated, right? So I was like, am I crazy? That's pretty crazy, but I think we can do it, right? I think we can do it. And it is pretty crazy to think, because I remember when I first put my vision board and I put 20 auto bonus earners, I thought it was crazy too. You guys, I thought it was crazy, but the crazies are good. But I had a conversation with Chastity, and she really touched me because I've had all the nice things, you guys, the vacations, the cars. I bought myself all the nice things, the house. I remember I was talking to Chastity and Mario Dillard, and Mario was like, you know what? One day, yeah, I had the chandelier, the nice tile floors, but that's not what it's going to be important. Just like Chastity was like, we had all these things, and Pat, he when he passed away, you can't take those things with you, but you can't, how are people going to remember you? And I felt that to the core, you guys. So that was my biggest pivotal like moment, as in it was so vivid that when I thought about it, like, what do I really want? I don't even want a house. I don't even want to, like, I just want to change lives. I think fulfilling people's lives really helps me, like, live a purposeful life. And to leave people better than I found them is where it's at for me, because I literally have been living my dream, and my family's healthy, and we're good. So that's honestly my takeaway from the mastermind, is that I found more clarity and direction. I know more of a leader that I am. I'm a transformational movement, and I am a servant leader. And I will continue to do my best and pivot. And one thing, I'll leave it at this before I'll pass it to Katie. There's a lot of times where you're going to have to change yourself in different leaderships. And I realized I need to let go of the person that I was and the leader that I was before. I need to teach the next person, duplicate the next person to be the best, right? So I'm going to have to let go of some parts. Like, you guys, don't be so hard on yourself, right? Top PPA all the time, always. And I shared this at the leadership table too. It's exhausting to have so much responsibility. Why? When you have a team full of, rock stars that can help you. So leadership rises and falls on, everything rises and falls on leadership. So my goal and direction is to create more strong leaderships, you guys, strong leaders. I want solid leaders, and I'm duplicating and building goats so they can change thousands of lives. So thank you so much for letting me share. I'm going to pass it to my good friend, Katie. I love you.
I feel like I should have gone before Angela, because how do you follow up after that? I always joke with her. I said, if she's not eating cheesy eggs, she's crying. And here we go. There's no eggs, so there's tears. I watch her story and I'm like, food, cry, food, cry, food, cry. I love her so much though. And it's so funny because we are so different. So like, she had messaged me right away when we found out we could pick our roomies. She was like, hey, you and I. And I messaged Amber and I was like, she scares me a little bit. I said, because she's so in like the content. I'm like, Angela is going to glam me up from head to toe. And she did. So if you see any of those pictures, I do not take responsibility. That was her. She did my hair. She was like, you need to get your lashes on. Like, I got jewelry for you, the whole shebang. Okay. And it was funny because there was one morning where I woke up and I had a blonde moment. I was like, couldn't unlatch the door to our balcony. And I'm like freaking out, probably using some words I shouldn't. And I hadn't taken my capsules yet. And I look over and this is Angela. I'm like, get me serious. She's like, and I ended up in her Instagram story. She just everything is content for her. And I love it. And I was like, I gotta get better at that. So like, it was good. I was a little like nervous because I'm like, this girl, like, she's gonna really show me, but we learned from each other. Like the whole time there would be like 20 seconds of silence and I'd like, so how do you do this? And then she'd like, so how do you do this? I don't know this yet. And so like the whole time, if we weren't in that room with people, we were in a room with ourselves, like growing, you know what I mean? So we were talking about that. And then, Amber and Chas, for example, I said this to them too. And I think I said this to you, Angela, but I was like, I'll go to Amber when I need to cry it out. And like, I need that, honey, like, it's okay. We're going to get through this. And then Amber passes me off to Chas and Chas like, remember who the hell you are. Like, it's just a balance. Like Amber is like the one that'll like walk you through it and work you through it. And then Chas is the one that will give you that swift kick. And it's like, we need it. Yeah. So like, what did you just say, man? So I love that everybody's so different. All four of us are so different. We build so differently. Okay, 1 second. Oh, I said a bad word and my child just came in and called me out. Okay. So I'm working on it. We're working on it. Okay. So something that really kind of stuck out to me is that like everybody had said, I think the biggest takeaway is we're all different. Like you hear people's stories and it's like this person was working in a salon and that person was homeless and this person, was struggling with addiction and this person was a stay-at-home mom and this person, never made it out of 10th grade. That was me. And so we're all so different. Like nobody was born into greatness. We just saw the vision, like point blank period. I remember talking to Maria at the dinner table and she was like, she had a little bit of taste of what this business could do. And she was like, I want that life. Like, I want that life. I want that life. I don't want the life I've got now. I don't want this. I don't want to be struggling. I don't want to be dealing with this. I want that life. And that was her aha moment. So we all come from different things and then things are evolving. So like we were all willing to learn. Every single one of us, because it's like you guys, when I joined 7 years ago, 6.5 years ago, I could take a picture off of Google, slap it up and go, who wants some? And I would enroll 5 customers. You can't do that anymore. That's not social. It's very different. Social media is evolving. And so it wasn't like, well, this is how I do it and I'm doing it that way. Like everybody was open-minded. Everybody was like, okay, how do you do this and how do you do that? And if it was something that we didn't like, then that's fine. Like at the buffet, don't take it. But we were all open to hearing and we were open to learning. And I want to let y'all know too, like this mastermind was not just all like, everybody let's grow. Jason was like, what do y'all don't like? What do you not like? What can we improve on? And I want you to know that whole room went to war for you guys. Okay. That whole room went to war for you guys because we are the voices for our teams, right? And we want to make sure that you guys are seen and that you guys are heard. And he was very open and very receiving to those things. So some changes may be coming soon for the better. I don't know, but it was definitely talked about. But I love that also Jason is like an example of being open. He's like, I want to receive it. I want to hear it. I want to learn. I want to grow. You guys are the ones in the field. What do you want to see? And so we shared that. Everybody was solution focused. I loved that so much. And I was sharing this with my team. And when I got back, I sent like this big long voice message in our chats. I said, the conversation is so different. It's so different because it's not, well, everybody wants this, or my volume's down, or my check sucked on Tuesday, and so said this. Everything was solution focused. Did we talk about struggles? Yes, but we also turned to how did we overcome it? What did you do to overcome it? How can we get through this? It wasn't just griping and complaining, but it was like, how can we use this to grow and have it be a part of our story, right? So that conversation was so different. It's not something that I'm used to. I'm from a place, Angela had said it and I loved it, where everybody's just still broke, still stuck, still complaining, still blaming everyone else. They're just still. And so I'm surrounded by that constantly. It's very hard to kind of like bulletproof your mind. So to get in a room of people that they just want to level up and they're like, how can we go forward from here? That was amazing. So I'm going to be really intentional with that as well. Like whenever I go through things, because I know it's coming, new levels, new devils. I texted Amber yesterday about something and I was like, I'm being tested for 600K. Like, I just know it. I'm like using this, right? Goals make a difference was mine. So we wrote down our goals like Angela had said. And it was crazy because if you would have asked me to do this 5 years ago, I'd have been like, I want a big house and I want, $1 million in investments and I want this, that, and the other. And like, I had those goals for me. Like I want my husband home and I want property, but 80% of my goals were, I want to, go on a missions trip. I want to pay for others to go on missions trips. I want 200Ks in our organization. I want millionaires in our organization. I want my girls to be able to bring their husbands home. Like a lot of it was for you guys. Like we started for us, but we stay for you, right? Like Amber and Chaz, like respectfully could just they could just do today, be done, but they don't because it's bigger than them. And Angela could probably do the same. Like we had talked about it, probably take time off and then still collect money, but we don't because we're here for you. And then my big thing was Maria's story because I had no idea that Maria came from nothing. Like you see Maria's like perfect, okay? Like she is from head to toe. The woman's just beautiful. She's classy. I mean, I'm sure there's other sides to her, but seeing her story, because I didn't know a lot of it. I had never really sat down to get to know her. Like this mastermind was so needed because I think it was said before, Palooza's great, but you're around 10,000 people. However many thousand people. The giveaways are great, but you're surrounded by thousands of people. This was so intimate that I got to hear a part of Maria's story that I did not know, right? Of where they came from, where her husband came from. Neither of them came from money. They both had to overcome limiting beliefs and they had to build this together, but she saw that vision. And that's literally all it took Jason said something too, and then I'm gonna be done and pass it to whoever wants it. We'll go back and forth, I guess. And I was talking to Amber about this as well. He said, too many people are getting together and hanging out. We're not getting together to expose people to thrive. And like, I completely agree. And I was like, I felt like it was just me and him in the room. Like, he was like, Katie, stop doing that. Because we do get together. It's like, we're doing a cookout on Sunday. We have Christmas parties. We do dinners for, photo for content. But not one time have we ever said, bring a non-thriver, bring a customer, bring someone in, we're gonna have a raffle basket. Never, we've never done that. And so he was like, y'all, you hang out too much. And like, I love hanging out with my team. I love the Christmas parties. And I'm not saying don't do that, but when you do those things, maybe say, hey, I challenge you to bring one person that we can expose this opportunity to. I challenge you to bring one person we can expose these products to. Show the plan. The plan is our business opportunity and our products. Like, stop overcomplicating it. Stop thinking we have to do all the right things. Stop reinventing the wheel. Get this business and these products in front of people, period. That's what grew businesses 10 years ago. And that's what's growing businesses today.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna go just off of that, kind of chatting on, and then we can go back and forth. Okay, so one of the things that really stood out to me was Jason Jorgensen. He spoke about the cycle of stopping. Like when you stop, you're continuously restarting. And so you think about that, if you're going up a hill on a bicycle or something and you stop, you're going backwards and you have to restart, and it's harder and harder and harder each time. Not counting downhill, right? Like downhill, you just go. But imagine if you were going up a rocky terrain, which is our business. It's a rocky terrain. Sometimes it's great and people are, I want to thrive, I hit VIP, blah, blah, blah. And then sometimes it's crickets and we have to work harder, and that's our business. But in that, there was also a conversation where someone had said, I just want to take a break. And it hit me then when I was like, you can't take a break and have big goals at the same time. You can take a break, you can find balance, but you can't in your break I want to hit 8 figures, or I want to bring in 5 new people. You're not going to do that on a break. So finding that balance of, I don't want to burn out. Like, with the balance is, I want to go spend some time with my kids tonight, so I'm going to set my phone down. The balance is, I'm going to date night with my husband, so I'm going to set my phone down. But when I get back in the morning, I'm right back in, right? I have a hard time and people say this a lot, and it's people that work normal 9-to-5 jobs. And so I have to remember they don't understand. But like when people are like, oh, don't work on vacation. I'm like, but I'm able to take a lot more vacations than you because I work on vacation. But then I also take my balance and I take my break at to be focused, but I still do work at night or in the morning or vice versa. Moving into that was the show, share, connect. Jason said, basically, you're sharing your Thrive business, you're sharing your Thrive product. We've got to get back to that and that simplicity of sharing about it, showing the plan, not just the product, but showing the plan. The plan being refer to, get it for free. Free to join, no fees over here. Run after, and we've got VIP reset, which I think he did that on purpose. Obviously, talked about show the plan, and then they poof here. Now you have to go show the plan if you want to hit VIP reset. But show the plan of what we have here. In your first 14 days, you can run after up to $1,000 or more in commissions, right? In 2 weeks or less. Running after, oh, you can hit 4K, you can hit via 12K, get auto bonus, like all the things that we used to say on repeat. and just getting back to that simplicity. And then that bold message on showing the plan, that bold message of who do you know in this space. And I'll share this and we can kind of move it around. But for me, it's always been such a wake up moment when I see another leader in the industry all of a sudden posting they're with a new company. And I'm not talking about the people that bunny hop around, right? I'm not talking about the people that are constantly changing companies. I'm talking about the ones that you're like, they're rooted for life where they are. And then all of a sudden they're somewhere else. And I always kick myself because I'm like, I didn't know they were looking. I didn't know they were looking. I didn't know they weren't happy where they were. And they've never mentioned that they're not that person, right? That's who you want on your team, the people that's not complaining. You want, so putting that bold message out there of, hey, I just wanted to let you know, I think you're rocking it. I love watching you. I love encouraging you. But I also would kick myself if you ever weren't happy where you are and you were looking for something different. Things are awesome and moving over here. If you're ever open to a conversation, I would love to have that with you. I would love to partner with you. Whatever your verbiage is, and mine is different for each person I'm sending it to, but at least that way I've put it out there so that if they are ever looking, they know, hey, I'm here. Look at me.
And if you need proof, sorry, Amber, that this is a real thing, let me be the proof, because I was in a different business before. And I literally was speaking at a training the week prior to me leaving. And so when I left, necks broke. People were like, what? Like I literally was training teams and I had walked away 7 days later and people were mind blown. And it's because behind the scenes, I wasn't happy. It's like, I think Angela had said it, or someone had said it, whenever someone gets a divorce and you're like, I thought y'all were so happy. Like, what was going on? Like, well, huh? Like, what? You have no idea. You have no idea.
Absolutely. Exactly that. So if we want to like Chas or Ange, if y'all want to go off of that and let's talk about the show, share, connect, the bold messaging ideas.
Okay, so the show share connect, we'll go into that and I'll let Ange do that. But one of the things that I want you to do in my little 30 seconds that I have, if you're not driving, if you're at a desk or whatever, I just want you to take a few minutes. What would you do? Because it's important that we give you all these tips, but if you don't know why you're working to earn those things, you won't find balance. You'll use, I need to be with my kids as an excuse. But you won't prioritize doing the show, the sharing, and the connection. So I'd love for just a couple of minutes, if you were to, when you hit that VIP reset, what would you spend that extra cash on right now? And that's just something, if you want to share in the comments, if not, just write it down. What would you spend that extra cash on right this second? For me, I'm taking my nieces to a cool trip next week. We'd use that extra cash for probably some lunch things or some dinner things. What would you do with that? And then the secondary part of that is, I love that furniture for pay off my credit card, and I know that so many people look at it and go, yes, I don't want the things and all that, that's just a bunch of bull crap because we do work for the things. It's just, what are the things that we want to work towards? So, whether it's putting that extra savings in the bank for vacation, maybe it's making an extra, house payment, college tuition. I'm seeing all of those, pay my electric bill. So it's from all the different calibers to pay a bill to something elaborate. And, you have to know your why can't be your excuse. Your why has to be what drives you. And so if Lavelle continues to put promos out there and, say, for example, you get to a place and you're making, $15,000, $20,000 a week, you get comfortable and complacent because you're no longer challenged. You're like, what more could I spend? What more could I buy? And so that's when that mentality goes to outside of your goals and outside of what you want for yourself. I saw a nonprofit, somebody you might sponsor, like Katie said, sponsor someone going on a mission trip, but you have to know, just like allocating and setting up that budget, what will this be for? Why why am I working? I would see many leaders that, were just in their phone working this whole time. And for me, I'm like, I really need this right now. I really need to fill my cup. I really need to have those conversations. I have people from my organization. I need to be very intentional. And so, it's what do you want right now? What do you want later? And so, I would just really challenge you to just jot some things down. What are some things that are heavy on your heart and heavy on your mind that this opportunity, because then that'll give you passion to say, okay, I'm going to send that message. And because I'm not, looking to, it's not about my pride or my feelings. This is for my family. I shared with the girls a picture. My grand giggle was at my house, swimming, playing in the yard, doing all the fun things while I'm off traveling, working from Cabo. I know y'all don't feel sorry for us. But at the same time, when I look, I'm not working so that I can have a swimming pool. I'm not working to have a bigger house. I'm not working, but what I am working is so that my grand giggles can continue to, when they have things that they want to do, that Buella still can provide those options for them. So for me, I'm very clear on where I want to be. I could give my grandkids money and all the things, but next week I'm taking them, they're all into sports. They all love, one of them's going off to college, one of them's a senior. So we're going to go to an event that they get to watch Caitlin Clark play basketball. It's a fun experience, but it is going to plant in their mind the potential and what they can do. When I leave this earth, I don't want them to remember Buella had the biggest house, the biggest pool. I want them to remember that Buella gave us an opportunity to dream, an opportunity to see, wait, this girl did this, so I can do this. And I say to them, if someone's never done it, it's your opportunity to do it first. If someone is doing it, it's your opportunity to do it better. If it doesn't exist, go out and create it. So that's what I want my kids, my grandkids, my nieces to remember. Not was Buella 200K, 600 VIP, and 1 million VIP. What did she show us? She showed us that there are options. And that's why you have to be clear of, even in the micro minute of VIP 400, what cash comes with that, VIP 1600, what comes with that, what opportunity comes with that you can create. So I'll pass it to Ange, but I want her to talk about the show Share Connect, but I want you to understand, if the bonuses just keep coming out and you don't know what you're going to do with that, or what, your reasoning for that is, then it can just become noise in our head. And a lot of times we just kind of blank those out.
Thank you, Chastity. I totally agree with all of that. I'm going to say that our team has, our whole entire team has been doing that throughout all these years. And this is why it's so important to be around a room and environment of people that is going to hold you accountable. This is exactly what Jason Camper did, you guys. He reminded us of why we started. It's something that we already knew, right? He reminded us of why we started, and the show Share and Connect is something that we already did. We just became complacent of. And I can vouch for that. Life has been happening. I was focused on growing teams and all of that. And I stopped doing a little bit of, the show Share and Connect. And I was like, oh my God, that's what we need. And everything rises and falls on leadership. So like what Chastity said, you start first. And, that's how you're able to lead your team, is you cannot tell somebody to do something that you're not willing to do. I will definitely not. Another thing I've got from show Share and Connect is exposure. You guys, expose people. Put yourself aside. Tell other stories, what we offer here, from products to what it can do for them, for Thrive for Free, the plan, right? From, who's joining your team. I'm going to ask you guys, are you excited? How do you feel? I just did a video with Thrive Pro. Oh my God, just anything can be created by the exposure. And they're like, oh, what's that? So it starts from exposure, and kind of like what, Chastity and Amber were saying, it's kind of like opportunities are created by you. I kind of want to say this also with creating opportunities. Let's find yourself an accountability partner. So right when we came home in our chats, Amber, me, Katie, and Chastity was like, I did this. I just did this. Oh my God, thank you. It just started with one person. They just put it in the chat and they're like holding each other accountable. I'm like, man, now I'm going to do it too. And it's a trickle effect, you guys. So one person does it, the other person, you know, it doesn't have to be somebody on your team. It could be your sideline. It could be anybody encouraging you to do better, right? So this is exactly what I did. You know, the reason why we feel discouraged is because we need to move the needle, and we already know what we need to do, right? There's frameworks. So I'm going to kind of teach you guys, you know, exposure really quick. Opportunities are created by you. The first thing that I always do is customer follow-ups, because I'm huge on my customer follow-ups, taking care of my customers, because the foundation is from there. I take their reviews and I post exposure on their reviews, right? From their reviews, I show the plan. And I said, oh, after that, I was going in my stories and I was saying, oh, this is my customers. And she was a storytelling exposure. I'm going to give you guys an example on how I work my business. I was like, oh, she, and I showed them day 1, day 2, day 3, right? And then I showed them the plan. Oh, right when she's done, I'm going to help her thrive for free. You guys. After that, I did another poll and I was like, who's ready? Call to action, right? A lot of times people don't do a call to action, but not only that, you guys, engagement. Once you start putting the marketing and exposure out there, it is our job to go look at our data, who's watching and who like voted on the poll. You guys, I just got a new thriver today. Just because she voted on a poll and she's like, oh my God, you're so good at your storytelling. Like, can you help me? I'm like, yes, 100%. That's how it starts, you guys. And, you know, it really just starts by applying, right? So once you guys have those things, it's just repetitively expose, it's exposure, show your leaders, show the community. There's so many things that you guys can show. Free to join, you know, stories is what really, you know, the most important thing is selling opportunity. You guys, what can you do to provide more solutions for people? Sell the opportunity and you will honestly get more people attracted to you, and then you can align that, right? Another thing about exposure, I'm going to say this: don't post and ghost, you guys. Be so intentional. You know, being around, like I said, Katie, she's so good with networking. Like, she is so good with like applying in the DMs. Like, that girl is like a beast, right? I'm like, oh my God, like it really helps you get motivated in inspiring you to do the same, right? Like, oh, I could do that too. So you guys just expose something. Today, just start small, right? I've learned also starting small is where it's at. So when I came home, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna, let me absorb this knowledge. Once I absorb this knowledge, I wrote a plan, right? Write a plan. So how are you gonna show it? How are you going to expose it? Like, you know, share it. Like, exposure is sharing. And there's tons of things, right, that you guys can share. Just like Bahamas coming up. Just because you guys didn't get this doesn't mean that you guys can't share it. I was sharing Jackie and Twins team before I had one. Like, it is my team. I was like, oh my God, look at everybody's thriving for free. Or even if I'm like, oh my God, you guys, I'm going to give you an example. If you're not thriving for free yet, be like, oh my God, like, I'm taking these products, and did you know that you're able to thrive for free? I'm trying to thrive for free right now. It's okay to be transparent. Be the most transparent. So yes, you guys, so there's so many ways to share, and I you know, we can give you so many ideas, but just start with one. Just start with sharing, even like, and the thing is also, you guys, I think we're so good with sharing products, which we're amazing at, but start getting good with meshing those two together. Right? Opportunity and products. Kind of like, well, our team has learned, oh, once you get your Thrive experience, when you love Thrive, we're going to help you thrive for free and potentially help you earn extra money. Repeat. You guys, I'm going to tell you, it's okay to repeat yourself. Not everybody hears you that day. You guys look at my posts, DM me, the next one, DM me, right? So when you guys feel like it's too much, it's not. Trust me, it's not. So, and then connect with the leader. People need to see other people. They need to see other leaders, because why? We leverage our leadership here. We leverage our community, not only just our leaders, our community, you guys, that they see that there's so many different people here from all walks of life that is doing the same thing on the same journey. So that's what I wanted to add, was exposure.
Can I piggyback off of that really quickly? Because there were so many good things that I had in my notes also that we talked about, is not just exposing in the way that you share, but like, hang on, honey. I'm one way, Angela's another way, Amber's another way, and Chats is another way. You guys utilize that. Do a double live with somebody on your team. Share their reviews, share their results, share their stories. Be tagging each other in your stories so you can share each other's stuff. I'm me, and some people might not react or relate to me, but maybe if I'm on a live with someone that they can relate to, that's going to seal the deal for them. You know what I mean? You never know. Like I've been on videos or invited people to calls where they heard someone else's story. I can't relate to a nurse that works full time and wants to do this business because I'm not a nurse that works full time, but I can plug them into somebody that is. Right. So utilize your network, utilize your team, utilize your uplines and your down inside. I don't think anybody would ever tell you no. Like, honestly speaking, I don't think anybody would ever tell you no. And we're all different, right? So like, if you want someone who's like, here's the carrot, go get it, that's me. If you want someone that's like, I will love you and meet with you and cheer with you and cry with you, call Andrew Amber. Okay. If you want someone that's like gonna give you a kick in the butt, call Chas.
Wait, I like carrots too, though.
You know what I mean? But like, you know what I mean? You don't have to be everyone's cup of tea. So it's okay to be sharing other people. It's like leverage our team, share the chat, share people in your stories, tag them in your stories. You go through Angela's stories, she's got 100 slides, 97 of them ain't even hers, okay? So people are tagging her and like doing videos and shouting out, and they're shouting each other out, but they're tagging 10 people in that slide so we can all share it. And you can show, hey, you know, I'll share like, oh, I love this business and I love these products, and people are like, well, duh, you sell it. Duh, you love it, you sell it. You know what I mean? Like, you want to make money off of it. But when I'm sharing customer reviews or I'm sharing reviews and results from other people, it's not just me I'm showing them. It's not just me. You know, I'm going to say Alex is on here. I see him. He's out of his camera now. A male. I share it on my Snapchat because I'm doing the whole Snapchat thing now. Pictures of me and Tommy and Monty and Steven, and Alex is on here, right? There's men. If you have a network of men, why are you not sharing that men can do this business also? We have to get out of our comfort zones and expose different things. I know I started so I could buy my husband a Christmas present with my own money. Julianne Lundy started because she wanted the auto bonus. The auto bonus, to me, like, I'm grateful for it, but it's not why I'm here. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even know there was an auto bonus. I had no clue. I had no clue. Do I like it? But Julianne Lundy, who came in and blew up to 40K in like, I don't know, 5 months, would not even be here had I not been sharing about that auto bonus. So share the auto bonus, share the free credits, share the weekly pay, share the check matching, share literally everything. If you just shared about it 2 days ago, I don't care. Share it again, because there might be somebody, it's Tuesday, okay? There might be somebody who gets on today and doesn't get on again for a week. And if you're not sharing today, here's your one and only opportunity for the whole week to reach that person. Who cares if you're sounding repetitive? You ever watch a commercial and it's like, you know, the same crap over and over. You're like, I just was just on. Like, what, you know, I've just seen this commercial, because they want to expose you to it over and over and over again. And we need to be exposing people to thrive over and over and over again. I get an email from Fashion Nova, 9 a day, and we're scared to send follow-ups. And I tell you what, I order, it works. Okay. I'm buying stuff. So follow up with people and expose them to everything.
I think that's such a great reminder that we all need to hear all the time, because even I get to a point, I'm like, I don't want to share too much. I've been doing this for 10 years. I already know, like, I'm sounding like a commercial, you know, whatever. But if you think about it, a billboard or a commercial, or now it's ads in Facebook, right? Y'all, those Amazon ads in my Facebook, like, I didn't know I needed the cute little orange dress. I didn't know, you know, but it was in my feed and I'm like, oh, that's really cute. So I clicked it, like, but I didn't click it yesterday, right? But I clicked it today. But that's the thing. You never know when your next person needs to hear your energy, or needs to hear your sleep, or, you know, needs that thing that they've already heard about 17 times. but they're hearing about it from you again. Okay, so couple of other things that really I felt like it was for me, right? Nobody else in the room is speaking directly to me. One, focus on learning and getting better. You've never arrived at, I know all the things. If you feel like you've arrived at, I know all the things, you're done. I personally feel like, but that's for like, I'm always learning. I'm always getting better. I'm learning from others. I'm learning in our organization, all the things. This one was so big. So this is Hector from Prime America or Primerica. I don't know how you say it, but anyway, he has been with this company for a really, really, really long time. And one of the things that he said that he learned was, or that helped him, was when he learned to stop working with the unmotivated. And that was so big for me because I am I put everything on my shoulders. Like, I feel like if somebody comes with me and they're signing up to be a promoter, I have now put it in my brain and on my shoulders that their success is completely up to me. Like, it is my responsibility to make sure that they're successful and to make sure that they have all the things, when in reality, it's on them. And all we can do is make sure that we show, share, connect, the simplicity, right? Show them what we have here, check in on them, but it's up to them. And one thing, I think it was Courtney Glazier that said, she gives her phone number. She says, I work with the motivated. Here's my number. I'm available to you. She makes sure that, right? So it's not me checking in. How you doing today? How you doing today? Hey, I haven't seen you post in 2 weeks. How's it going? Like, nothing drains me more than that, y'all, but I do it because I feel like that's what I'm supposed to do. But it's kind of like your kids, right? Like, when I bring somebody in, I'm not their mom. Did you brush your teeth today? Did you brush your teeth today? You need to go brush your teeth today. Like, all moms know that, right? Especially if you're a mom of boys. If you're a mom of boys, you know did you brush your teeth today? When's the last time you brushed your teeth? Like, that's a parent thing. But when they move out of my house, if they're brushing their teeth, that's on them. If they're not brushing their teeth, that's on them. You want a girlfriend or not, dude, brush your teeth. Like, but yes, we can't want it more for them. And I've always heard that, but it was that whole, like, stop working with the unmotivated. I'm going to work with you, but I'm not going to do it for you. I'm not going to pull you. I'm not going to be more emotionally heartbroken than you are, right? Like, I'm not going to put myself through that anymore. I don't know if y'all want to say anything on that.
Yes.
So I want to say something. Oh, no, you go.
No.
No, stop it. Go.
Okay, Katie, go.
Okay. I just wanted to say, because Amber had said, oh, I've been here for 10 years. Like, everybody already knows, right? Like, we all have those thoughts. I've shared every single day for 6.5 years. Everybody already knows. Well, guess what? If everybody already knows, you're not doing your job. Mm-hmm. Because if you are growing your network every single day the way you should be, you should always have somebody who doesn't know. No, I'm going to shut up, Angela. Go ahead.
I'm going to piggyback on that just because they did talk about don't build on people that are entitled. Same, it's kind of goes hand in hand. You know, I've been always somebody, honestly, my team knows this. I set a lot of boundaries. I'm like, I am not drowning. I need to be a leader at float to help people win, right? So, you know, if you guys don't know how to do that, come to me. I'll help you, teach you how to set boundaries. And you guys, so this is the thing that I got from Jason Camper. You know, it does start with us, right? From that, like, entitlement and stuff, he talked about, first of all, this is a little bit off topic, but keeping things simple. Training, sharing, and he says the smartest people keep it simple. And I was like, wow, that's exactly where it is. Don't overcomplicate things. Keep it so simple. So this is what Jason Camper said. It's helping your team speak to others about products and opportunity. We must know how to have a balance of shifting, like you doing the do, but also teaching your team, like helping them to talk to customers, talk to new people. Then he wrote, who are you talking to today, right? Manage and training should be a small percentage of your time. Jason Camper said, do a better job of talking to the new person. This is a solution for you guys that I don't see a lot of people doing. Even like, I will say this, a lot of people don't do this. When you feel like you are talking to the same people, you actually are. In your stories, you guys, you see me all the time trying to talk to new people, right? On my front page is actually my storefront. Why? This is so intentional. The people, your customers and stuff, like your future brand promoters are going to be the new people that are actually flipping through the Explore page and they see you like 10 times before they give you a follow. I'm not even kidding. A lot of my new like customers and promoters, they tell me the same thing. Hey, Ange, I saw you on the Explorer page. I didn't give you a follow at the beginning, but I kept doing it. So their algorithm kept seeing me. So if you guys feel like, because we do the same thing, right? We have taught the same thing. It is because you're talking to the same people. We need to talk to new people. And how can we get people into our store, in front of our storefront, and make a decision to come in, right? So that is a solution for you guys to get good at maybe putting yourself a healthy, to put a post out there is about 3 posts or 2 posts, even a healthy, to attract new people, to get to know people, to know who you are. So that's how you're able to talk to new people, right? And then he says, don't spend too much time training your team. Don't get too stuck in training. Get people on Thrive. I've always heard this from Jason Camper, you guys. GPOT. That's all this is what I train my team too. They're like, what I do, Ange? GPOT. You guys, GPOT. And you can never go wrong with helping more people get on Thrive, right? So we help people get people on Thrive, not only just getting stuck in managing your team or training your team. We must be in motion too, in spirit of feeling that. How can we apply and teach our team and tell them to do this or that if I would never tell my team to do something that I'm not willing to do, period, right? And that's where the respect comes from, you guys. Not, oh, you do this, you do that. No, I have no respect for that, because now I'm going to also say this as a leader, you guys, your team does not work for you. You work for your team. When you can be your number one provider, that is full control of your business, your personal business, right? So if you guys need to find solutions, it is that. Honestly, I've been here for over 5 years, and I continue to do the same thing. It's because I'm talking to new people. It's on repeat though. But the stories have changed. My story has changed. So I just continue to share it, right? Another thing that Jason Camper said was, share your dreams. I was like, wow, we do this. We usually do this. It's just a reminder. Are you guys taking them on the journey with you? Do they know your story right now? Do they know how you started? Right? I saw Nikki, she's one of the other leaders. She went live and she was like, hey, you guys, it's been a long time. You guys probably seen me talking about Lavelle, but let me tell you a little bit backstory on how I started. And then she went and told her experience. So go back and tell your story, you guys. Paul Gravett actually taught us this. Every 3 weeks, go share your story again. And it's on repeat, but each time you honestly share it, you will get better. I promise you. It really, you look at me and you're probably like, oh no, it was on repeat. It was just on repetition is the mother of skill, but it was also seeing all those people's transformations is what gives your energy more, and like you're more fulfilled and really doing what you love. So that's what my takeaway from what they shared is really just kind of finding the balance, training your team, not being so, don't work on the entitled people, love them where they're at and build on the people that are motivated 100%. If I could say one takeaway from the leaders that were all there, one word, you guys, one word, hunger. It is hungry for something. It is a beast. Like you sit next to them, something in them is hungry for something. And that's what people are missing. You guys, stay humble. Because when I was sitting at the table, that was my highlight too, with Mara Dillard, Amber, Intimacy, Katie. Hunger. They stay humble. Hold on to that gratitude. And they work. They're not sitting there. You will never, not even me, I will never sit there and be like, oh, my dial. No, I'm like, how can I help the next person? How can I do better? Just like what Katie said, the conversations are different. It's like, how can we be better so we can grow our teams and help the next person, right? So really ask yourself, if you guys are complaining, it really is time to turn that switch off and find ways to like be in spirit, keep in motion. When you are in motion, that's when things start to transpire for you. Like things start to change and you're going to see like my energy right now. You see that? It's like, I cannot stop talking because I love Thrive. I can scream it in the top of my lungs. I love Thrive. And I'm going to say this louder. And I say this for my team. I don't do this for the motherfucking glory. I do this for the people that I lead. 100% is because I know that that person behind this screen is so scared, but I will walk with you guys beside you and tell you that you are capable. Okay. Each and every one of you guys see something in yourself. That's why you are here. And trust me, it is here. We cannot make you walk. We can go with you, but you must take that leap step by step. Just take it at your pace, you guys. You don't have to be like us. Just learn something from us. Learn something from people that have found success, but not only that, number 2, are still in the trenches. Those are the 2 things. If I want to learn from anybody, found success, and they are still in the trenches.
And bam.
Okay, top 9, guys. Bye.
That was so awesome. But wait, I know we're over, but we still have like 2 things. Okay. So one on that, like she said, stop training, don't spend too much time in training. That is also why we do third-party validation. That is why we connect, because instead of like, oh, if Katie's my personal, right? Katie's brand new and she texts me, hey, what is the ingredient into this? Or how much is this? Or where do I find that? And then she's turning around and telling her person, oh, hey, it's here. Oh, hey, say this. But if she has me in a 3-way chat or in a validation message or in a team chat, or if you've got your brand new people in a VIP chat, whatever, that is training for them. But it's also, it's making it easier and faster. And it's also helping that brand new person that's asking the questions see how simple this is, to where they don't have to know all the answers. Because if Katie's just asking me and then telling them, they think Katie's super freaking smart and knows everything. I mean, she is smart, but that they're thinking, well, I can't do that. Katie knows everything. There's no way I could learn all that. Because Katie didn't say, oh, I just found out from Amber that it's this, right? She's just answering the question. But if you do it in that team chat, that third-party validation chat, whatever it is, then it's helping each other. So you're not spending all this time training one person.
And that doesn't go for when you're brand new. Like, that's not like, oh, when you're new and you're learning, use third party. Like, Amber can attest to this. I just put her in a chat 2 days ago. I said, I have 3 new babes. I want them to know you. I want them to meet you. I'm throwing you in. And she was like, done deal. I'm still
because if not, Katie's going to get stuck in, I'm training them all by myself mode. And that's not how you build and grow and continue a legacy business. The last thing, okay, or 2 things, getting your 2 customers by the 4th or 5th of the month. Guys, today is June 4th. They just launched VIP Reset. Go get those customers, go run with this, go be bold, go follow up, get the people in, hit those VIP bonuses. But every month I want to challenge you, run out of the gates on the first of the month and make it your goal to get your 2 customers so that you're not stressing about it at the end of the month. Because what's going to happen? You get your 2 customers. Well, now you have the rest of the month. Are you just going to stop? No, go get more customers, go work for a customer acquisitions bonus, right? Like that's a pretty dang penny. So okay, that's all I have on that. My biggest thing after is be you, and don't get off of here and not do something. Don't get off of this fire Zoom that you just heard from amazing leaders and all these good nuggets and content and go sit on it. Go do something, go challenge yourself for something. Challenge all of you to hit your VIP reset. How? You need 1 customer ordering on auto ship. You need 1 promoter ordering, ordering anything really. The more they order, the better for your dials. Go make that happen, right? Go make that happen, because then what's going to happen if you do that today? If your goal is I'm running to hit VIP 400 today, well, guess what? Now you have plenty of freaking time to go hit VIP 800 and VIP 1600. Don't wait, don't wait, don't wait. Chastity, I know your face isn't on here, but do you have anything left to say, or are you in a place where you can't talk? Okay, I think she had to mute us out. All right.
Okay, I want to say
there she
something. The more
Okay.
you talk, the more I have to say stuff. So real
All
quick,
right.
you guys, if you are re-VIPing yourself, don't just re-VIP yourself because there's re-VIP. Every 14 days, start over. Do it again. I don't care if there's no bonus attached to it. Re-VIP yourself every 14 days and come back to me and tell me that your business didn't grow. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, and then the other thing that somebody might say is, okay, that's easy, Amber. Go hit your re-VIP. We just gave you some tips, those conversations where you can message and prospect out those messages. How do you go find those people that need Thrive? You have to send those messages. You have to send a message saying, I would love to partner with you. I would love the opportunity to be connected to you. I would love to put some product in your hand, that sort of thing. That's how you're going to find those people for your VIP, those relationships that you've been massaging, those relationships that you've been building. That's where you're going to go find them. So that's it.
That is it. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Chastity, Katie, Angela, guys. And in the words of Margie from Thrivepalooza, go do the dang thing, right? Get out of your comfort zone and go do the dang thing. Happy payday. Happy 1st of June. Bye, y'all.